As athletes cash in on their name, image, and likeness, the challenges off the field can be just as intense as the competition on it. How do coaching staffs and programs navigate these policies while still supporting their players? We're here to find out. Tune in as we explore the opportunities, obstacles, and real stories behind NIL in college sports. Welcome back to More Money, More Problems, the podcast that analyzes how NIL deals have affected college athletes in the sports they play. In today's episode, we're breaking it all down through the lens of Bentley University athletics. First, we'll hear from Bentley's coaching staff on how they navigate NIL opportunities while maintaining team culture and competitive excellence. Then, we'll sit down with Falcon student athletes to understand how they balance endorsements, academics, and athletic performance. Finally, we'll speak with Bentley athletics staff to learn how the university ensures compliance, provides resources, and supports its athletes in a new era of college sports. I'm Charlie, and I'm here with Mitch and Hudson, and we're going to explore their take on today's episode objective. Mitch, from your perspective as somebody outside of college athletics, what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about NIL?
It's not just big name schools that are able to give out NIL deals. It's any school that either has the connections or has the money reserved. So I think that a lot of people don't understand that as long as you're good at being an athlete, there's the potential to get an NIL deal if you're operating within the NCAA. What I think a lot of people don't understand about NIL deals too is that you're not just getting paid to play. It's a likeness deal, an image and likeness deal, which means that you're being paid to promote a product because you are good at the sport you play. You have to be good at the sports to get NIL deals, but it doesn't matter what level you're at in the sport. You can be D1, D2, or D3. Anyone is able to get these deals as long as they excel at where they're at.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I mean, we see it all the time on social media now where whether it be Instagram or TikTok influencers who are college athletes are making so much money on these platforms, and they might not even be the top performers at their sport. It's just because people like them for who they are, and they're able to promote themselves further on different TikToks and Instagram reels and stuff like that. Now, Hudson, as a college athlete, how do you personally feel about the pressure or expectations that can come with NIL opportunities, and how do you think it affects the overall student-athlete experience?
I believe pretty much like me, for example, that if you don't want to deal with that and you just want to play the sport and, enjoy college, you don't have to even consider it. There's really no pressure at all. But if that's someone that wants to take it as far as they could or maybe build their image on social media, different platforms, and, get everything out of the experience, there's also, along with that, no pressure still. But it's another opportunity for them to excel and do well and get a little earning for their hard work.
NIL has changed the game for college athletics, and coaches are at the center of this shift. From managing team dynamics to educating players on the opportunities and risks, coaching now involves more than just the X's and O's of the game. In this section, we'll hear from Bentley's coaching staff on how they navigate NIL policies, balance team culture with individual branding, and prepare athletes for success beyond the field. Let's take a listen to what they have to say. Who am I here with?
Jim Murphy, head men's lacrosse coach at Bentley University.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks for being here with us today. Quick question for you. How do you see NIL policies evolving in the future, and what changes would you like to see?
NIL is a situation where it's caused a lot of problems within college sports, so at some point they will need to make some changes. My personal opinion on that would be there has to be limits set for it. You can't also start deciding which sport gets what. It would almost have to be a uniform number per individual, per sport. Whether there'd be a bonus structure to go beyond that is something. Where it's going down the road is the NCAA has tried to go as much hands-off as possible. So at some point, a lot of this is going to be litigated in the courts in multiple ways, whether it be individual schools, conferences. Conferences now are getting a lot of power as how the structure is going to be, and I think that will be something down the road that will have to be addressed as to the powers of the conferences. Obviously, we have the Power 5 conferences now in most major sports, the footballs, the basketballs, so it'll be very important that If the conferences are going to do it, there'll have to be some equity across the board. That way, it's also protecting the student athlete as much as the schools. But like I said, my problem with it, I think more of it's going to be litigated in the court system, which could cause a lot of problems at the individual level, the school level, the conference level. Then what will be the responsibility of the so-called NCAA?
Awesome. Thank you so much. For student athletes, NIL is more than just a paycheck. It's a chance to build a brand, gain real-world experiences, and prepare for life beyond college sports. But these opportunities come new challenges. In this section, we'll hear directly from Bentley athletes about how NIL has impacted their college experience and the steps they've taken to navigate this space. We'll also explore their thoughts on the future of NIL in college athletics. Who am I here with?
My name is Jaden Wild. I'm a member of the Bentley men's lacrosse team. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here with us today. I got a question for you. What steps have you taken to pursue NIL opportunities, and what challenges have you encountered?
My freshman year, I heard about this program through this hydration company called Noon. It was a pretty easy application process. And essentially, I didn't get any money or anything from it, but it was a product that I used really often. So I was able to get, I think it was like a 50% discount on all their products, which was really helpful. There was also this NIL app that I downloaded to look for some NIL deals, but that didn't really go anywhere. But yeah.
Would you say taking advantage of NIL opportunities as an athlete has impacted your student-athlete experience positively?
I'd say that it hasn't either positively affected nor negatively affected my experience. I think as a D2 athlete, it's a little less engaging. There's less benefits of an NIL. But, I mean, it was nice to get 50% off on one of my favorite products.
Awesome. Thank you. Who am I here with today?
Tyler Lane of Bentley Football.
Thanks for being here. Tyler, how do you see NIL policies shaping the future of college athletics?
Well, as we've seen over the past few years since it was involved and inducted into a role, NIL has really become a good and a bad for colleges depending on how big they are and how much funding their colleges get. As we've seen at higher levels, such as like the Power Four conferences with football, hockey, baseball, it's good for those conferences, but then you look at the low-level, mid-major schools for baseball, basketball. In March Madness, you just see this year as a lot of teams are just overpowering with the money they have and are able to just pay their players more and be able to field teams that can't be competed with mid-major schools as they don't receive as much funding. And that's one of the downsides of it. Like, obviously, the upside is you get to go to have a great education at a big school and have fun and play in front of 100,000 fans a week. But at the mid-major schools, you are not getting that much money compared to the major schools.
Do you see Division II and Division III athletics getting affected by this as kids are going to enter the portal to go to Division I schools who are willing to pay?
Yeah, obviously, if someone's willing to pay and they're not as advanced in their academics or they're a freshman or sophomore and haven't decided a major or something like that, I feel like they would be more incentivized to go to a Division I school because they're getting paid to go play a sport, and obviously at a Division I school you're getting a full academic and athletic scholarship there, so basically you're getting paid to go play your sport.
Awesome. Thank you. Who am I here with?
Kyle Piersack, number 11, men's lacrosse.
I have a question for you. How have NIL policies affected your experience as a student athlete at Bentley University?
It's a great question, Charlie. NIL policies have positively affected my experience at Bentley University. I was able to sign an NIL with a small brand, and they were selling clothing of mine, and I was able to pay for some of my textbooks through the money that they gave me.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Who am I here with?
Brady Glass.
Brady, I have a question for you. How do you balance your academic, athletic, and NIL commitments?
It's a really good question. Well, I do not have any NIL, and that kind of makes it easier to focus on academics, even though my GPA doesn't really say that, I guess. athletically, I just show up every day, give it my all, yeah.
Thank you very much. That wraps up this episode of More Money, More Problems. Navigating NIL is no easy task, but as we've heard today, coaches, athletes, and athletic staff all play a role in making sure these opportunities benefits players while keeping the integrity of college sports intact. As NIL continues to evolve, so will the challenges and the solutions. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time as we dive deeper into the world of college athletics. We'll see you soon.